it's pretty hard to pull out any one particular part of the equation to say what might have been best as far as regenerative practice goes. But from my perspective, I guess being the livestock manager involved with the livestock on a day-to-day basis, seeing the response in those animals and their impact and their wisdom throughout the landscape has been enormous, and then seeing the epigenetic progression of those animals. So having those self-replacing animals, taking away all the artificial interventions with grain feeding and internal parasite control, by restoring their health, like we did in the early stages, and the landscape health at the same time, I think it saw an escalation of those animals' capacity and such that we can see clearly how well they do in this landscape despite seasonal variations, and then the wool that they produce as being exquisite and consistent no matter what the seasonal conditions are. They produce a magnificent product all the time. So it really is a real key indicator of how well those animals and that landscape is coming around.
I think also in the cropping operation, by taking out all the artificial stimulants or a lot of the artificial stimulants in the cropping operation and introducing some really good biostimulants like good quality worm juice and good quality compost extracts, to actually then start the soil and that whole microbiome in amongst that soil just to start to function, to stimulate it. And that can be classed as quorum sensing. And you actually just see that just get better and better every year. So by fast tracking the natural process by actually putting some biostimulants in has made a very big difference. And the good thing about that, it's makes it a very simple system over big broad acres. We'll put in 14,000 hectares of crop this year, and that's including multi-species. But it makes a great workplace to work in because you're not using those artificials, and you just see a response in amongst the whole team working in that. It's just a complete different atmosphere where everyone really enjoys being there.
I think it's what's really been important about that has been just that capacity for that water to infiltrate the soil as well. It's been a real marked change. We had 10 mil of rain just last night, and we've dug out down to see how far it infiltrated, and it went down 150 millimetres into the soil, which is fairly phenomenal on a piece of red country. So some really good infiltrations. And then the plant succession and that whole soil patogenesis happening before your eyes. For our family and our community, we found that the regenerative land management has been really creating a source of hope, that we can change how things have been done, that we can produce food in different ways and focus on our health in different ways. It's brought a community on farm of people that are passionate to live and work within the landscape, but also have the opportunity to eat the foods produced there and share in that. We've got an ever-growing vegetable patch and slowly establishing an orchard, and plan is to produce as much of the food that we can possibly do with a huge diversity there, so that everyone on farm can have access to a really great range of food, but we all really know exactly how it's being produced and be really comfortable in eating everything that's produced here, which would be just fantastic for us all. And I guess that can flow onto the wider community as well, with people being able to come on property, and we do have a lot of visitors on property, and the plan is to expand the accommodation capacity so that people can come and stay for a few days, few weeks, few months if they'll wish to, just feel the ambience that's here and pick up on the energy of the property, which really is uplifting.
Seems to attract people with property, and people to either come to work on the property or just visit the property. We just have people approaching us, and that's really good. And the people here that are part of the whole operation, I get the comment all the time, it's just such a relaxed atmosphere, place to be, even though we're achieving a lot, and everything's very calm, everything's in tune with nature, and we take time to just enjoy nature. in amongst, even though we've got these massive, latest of the machinery floating around the place, we still actually integrate that into a natural system. And that's a very key part, that you don't get just so caught up in all of that, in all that technology and all that's going on, and let it rule it. You actually let nature infiltrate right through it so it works properly.